So hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and basically in today's video we'll be talking about Helmut Gross, who's said to be, I wouldn't say exactly an assistant, but he's supposed to join Man UI coaching setup. So I didn't expect to be coming live so fast guys, because I just did a live stream of Man UI news, but it's a bit of breaking news, so I'm just gonna go through it a little bit. And to be honest, it's not exactly like an appointment, but it's going to be more like an advisory role at Manchester United. So Welter Gaming says, hi Welter Gaming, thank you so much for joining the stream. So we'll go through it in a minute, guys. So let's just go to the news first. So basically, we had the news roughly half an hour ago by MUFC MPB saying that 75-year-old mentor Helmut Gross has come out of his retirement to join Ralf Rangnick at Manchester United. Gross is the man who helped Rangnick develop his football philosophy, which is gegenpressing, when they worked together in the youth system in Stuttgart 30 years ago. So as you can see, they both know each other very well and they have worked together before. The problem is that Helmut Gross is actually retired at the moment. His last position was the advisor of management under Ralf Rangnick at RB Leipzig, and he retired on June 30th, 2019. That is roughly 2 years ago, guys. So currently, he isn't managing anyone, or he isn't in a job. He's 75 years of age. So he was a scout at Hoffenheim from 2008 to 2012. So he was a scout for 4 years, and he was then appointed as the advisor of management at RB Leipzig from 2012 to 2019. So he has worked with Ralf Rangnick quite a lot, I would say, and he basically helped Ralf Rangnick develop his coaching technique. So let's get a little more on him, guys. So Marcelo Bielsa, as you can see, this is an article by him. He once said, "A man with new ideas is crazy until his ideas triumph." Look into the skies, it feels like a lot of coaches do know Helmut Gross, so it says that the success and triumph of Helmut Gross can be seen through Ralf Rangnick, Roger Smith, Thomas Tuchel, Marcus Gisdol, Alexander Zorniger, Adi Hutter, and many others. So it looks like all these coaches, guys, kind of have some relation or the else with him. Either they have been coached by him or either they know him very well in Germany, because he is known as the unknown mastermind, guys, Helmut Gross. I've read a little bit about him. I'm not really know a lot about him, but it seems like he kind of has a role to play in all the coaching setup, but is really not known that much. So at the moment, the news basically was that he would join, but over the past few, I would say, past 10 minutes, we're getting the news that he will not be officially employed by the club, but he will help advise Ragnick as he did in Leipzig. So obviously his daughter's in England, and it's pretty interesting, guys, because as I think this will be is that it will be made known that he will be in the club and stuff like that, but he's just he's just come out of retirement according to MUFC MPB. So as you can see, he's come out of retirement to join Ralf Ragnick. But what this means is that it will be made known that he will be in the club and stuff like that. But he's just he won't be appointed by the club, so he won't get paid obviously and stuff like that. He's just going to be an advisor, guys, and he has been an advisor with Ralf Ragnick under RB Leipzig. So a pretty common thing, I guess. So Abji Majmudar said, "Hello, bro. Hello. Thank you for joining his stream." Mohammad Sadat, "Will Ronaldo play?" I don't think Ronaldo will play today's game, guys. Unfortunately, I do not think Ronaldo will play the game because it looks most possibly it's going to be Anthony Elanga and Mason Greenwood up top. So therefore, I don't think Ronaldo will be in the. I think he will be in the bench definitely. I don't think he'll be playing the game. So guys, basically, as you can see, that's all we know, that he will join the club, but not on a paid salary or not being confirmed by the club. It'll just basically be an advisor role because he'll be moving to England this month, and it looks like he's basically going to be an unknown character. So Mohammad Sada says, "Hala Madrid," twice. Just going to pin that. So I'm pretty happy with the appointments made by Manchester United so far, guys, especially in the assistant jobs. As you can see, we're getting a lot of names. Obviously, we know that Sasha Lenz has joined. We also know that Chris Armas has joined. So another one is Helmut Gross. As you can see, he will not join, but basically he will advise Ragnick. So it's another person, who is new to the setup, and it's pretty good. So the interesting thing is, guys, that he's worked with Ragnick before, and he actually helped develop his football philosophy. So you question why he's not been hired permanently. I think Salah will get the Ballon d'Or next season, says Mohamed Sadar. The start Salah's had is brilliant, obviously, but he's got to keep this up for, I'd say, not long, just a few more months 5 months maximum. And the form he has, I think Salah right now is a good contender for the Ballon d'Or. But I think according to the Dubai rankings, I think Ronaldo stands above Salah. So still a lot of work to do for Salah, but maybe he can win it. So guys, if any of you joined the stream late, just to give you an update once again, Helmut has come out of retirement to join Ralf Rangnick at Manchester United. He was the one who helped Rangnick develop his philosophy, and they have worked together in the youth system at Stuttgart for 30 years. 30 years ago, sorry, he's worked together 30 years ago at Stuttgart. He was also the advisor at Leipzig, guys, so he's worked recently at 2012 2019. He has worked recently. So, no man, Salah will win the Ballon d'Or, and you've done a lot of C's, so maybe Salah will win the Ballon d'Or. I mean, I think he will deserve it if he continues his form, then definitely. So, guys, I wouldn't say this is from the most credible source possible, but the news has kind of been building in the last few minutes that this could happen. It isn't the most credible source, if I'm going to be honest, because we've just got it from United Plug on Twitter and MUFC MPB. We haven't really got it from any, I would say, very credible source. So let's just see if we've got any other stuff. So also those who are wondering, basically I did a stream of Diego Dalot possibly moving, but it seems that a deal for Diego Dalot to AS Roma is now difficult, and his exit is now becoming improbable. One would say it's impossible. So Diego Dalot to Roma, it's 100% called off. Glory, glory, Man United says Abi Majmudar. Mohammad Siddharth says PSG. PSG are the biggest team in League One. So College Banner says, how will Helmet help develop Man United as a team? So the thing that really surprises me about Helmut is that I haven't heard of him a lot, but in the last 30 minutes, I've just basically been researching about him, and it says that if you see, it says that he worked together in the youth system and he helped develop Ralph Ragnick's football philosophy. So if many of you guys don't know, basically Ralph Ragnick's football philosophy is used by many coaches such as Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp. So it's said that he helped develop his philosophy. So I think he will know a lot more than the current coaches how Ragnick wants to play, and maybe he'll be a little bit in the coaching setup. But the important thing is that he's said to be more in the advisory, so it's really confusing because he's not going to be hired permanently. He's just going to be like an advisor for the club. He will not be hired by the club. Mohamed Sadat says Fred is becoming very good in pressing. I mean, Fred used to press, but not a lot. But I agree. I think he's becoming a better player overall. I mean, it's only just one game. Obviously, he did make a lot of mistakes against Arsenal in the first half, but he was better in the second half. So Fred is definitely improving. It's going to be really interesting today's game, guys, because it's always before games we get news about assistants and transfers and stuff like that. Mostly about assistants so far. So Helmut Gross, guys, remember the name because I'm 100% sure in the next few days this news will develop as it always does. I think Ralf Ragnick at the moment he's being linked to a lot of people as his assistants, but I think this could happen, even though it might just be a rumor because Helmut Gross is coming to England, so the press just trying to be first on something. So that could be the case. So still no, I would say very credible source confirming the news so far. But if we get information in the future, guys, we'll know that maybe something has been happening behind the scenes. So till now, we don't have anything else. Also, if you guys don't know, Zidane Iqbal, who's currently a really good player for the Manchester United Under 23 Academy, could be featuring tonight. So if any of you guys are watching the game, then be aware for him because a lot of rumors saying that he could make his debut. Mohamed Sadat said Lewandowski deserves the Ballon d'Or. It is not deserved by Messi. I think Messi himself said that, but to be honest, it's kind of in the past now, and definitely Lewandowski, he actually deserved it more in the 2020 season. So let's just see what happens with that because he's really underrated, and I think he's really unlucky that he's actually playing in the era of Messi and Ronaldo. Otherwise, he would be one of the best strikers. He is one of the best strikers, but he is being shadowed by them too. Colin Spanda says, reckon Donny can press as good as McTominay. He has the energy as well. Donny Van de Beek can definitely press. He's come from the Ajax academy, and pressing is something Ajax do a lot. And I don't see why he wouldn't start under Ragnick. It's just really surprising that Ragnick said that McTominay and Fred are basically perfect for the style of football he plays. Maybe that's because he hasn't seen Donny play yet. I have no idea about that. Hopefully today Donny Van Beek can impress Ralf Ragnick. So it'll be really important for Van de Beek's future because I think there are only 6 games till January, if I'm not mistaken. There are 6 to 5 games, and then the transfer window does begin. So if Donny Van Beek doesn't get playing time, definitely he will want to go out on loan. And if he goes out on loan, guys, he'll be back in the summer, and maybe he'll want to move to another club in case he doesn't play. So that's really possible happening. Mohamed Sadat said Liverpool is the biggest club. If you're talking currently or if you're talking overall, I think overall Liverpool is not the biggest club. Currently in the Premier League, maybe Liverpool are the biggest club in Premier League currently. Klopp the boss. I would love Jurgen Klopp at Manchester United. Not going to happen. But even though Liverpool are pretty well at the moment, it looks like Manchester City might win the league. According to me, I think Man City will win the league so far, looking at their form. So I think Manchester City did lose yesterday, guys. So they lost to RB Leipzig, if I'm not wrong. So I'd say pretty embarrassing loss because they did trash them. I think 6-3 the game before. I think Jack Grealish's move hasn't worked out as well as it was planned initially. So the things we've covered so far is that Diego Lod will not be joining AS Roma. As you can see, Zidane Iqbal is in contention to make his MUFC debut. So this could be interesting to see. And as we know this, the 75-year-old mentor Helmut Gross have just discussed this guys, who is basically going to come out of retirement, not going to be paid, I would say, not going to be actually bought by the club. So we've got some other statements, guys, from Ragnick. I'm just going to read them. So he says our ambition is to be successful as we can be, and our ethos is we have to win games at MUFC, but it's not that much with regard to the group phase. It makes sense to give other players a chance to present themselves. So he's basically talking about today, guys, that he wants to win games, but he's got to give chance to other players. So it always might not, end up in a win today. Do you know any? Do anyone know Sunil Chetri, the biggest player in India? I mean, currently Sunil Chetri is the biggest player in India, obviously, but it looks like this might be one of his last years playing football. I think he's 37 now, so it's going to be a big miss. So Diego Lord, guys, not moving. That's all we know. He's not going to move to AS Roma. So I'm just going to recap whatever we've done so far. So just to give a quick summary, Diego Lord will not move to AS Roma. That deal's called off completely. Then moving forward, it looks like Zidane Iqbal could make his debut today. It's not confirmed whether he'll start, but he is included in the squad. And there are rumors he might make his debut. The most important news of all, the reason we have gone live, is Helmut Gross will join Man United as an advisor. It hasn't been confirmed by any credible source, but I think it might happen. So he won't be hired by the club or announced. It will just be an advisory role. And last and foremost, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens to today's game because Ralf Ragnick said that he wants to win every game, but he's got to give other players chances. So, guys, I think I've covered everything possible. And if you enjoyed the stream so far, then please be sure to like and subscribe. That's it for today's video. And maybe if anything else happens, I'll come back live because really we've got a lot of updates in the last few minutes. And I think something or the else will turn up, and maybe something should actually turn up. We usually get a lot of information on match days. So just confirming news about Diego Road is difficult. We're just getting more of that. So I think it's going to be that for today's live stream, guys. So once again, thank you so much for joining. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please be sure to like, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys some other time.